What's up, sneaker fans? Thanks for tuning in to a More Than Hype review. And in this video, I'm happy to bring you a look at an OG colorway, specifically the Air Jordan 12 in its OG playoff colorway. These are called the playoffs, of course, because Jordan wore them in the playoffs, specifically the finals, in game 1, 2, and 6, all of which he won. In that series, there's also the infamous flu game, which is the black and red colorway. But out of all 12s, if I had to choose, this is definitely my favorite one. So with that said, let's get right into this review, starting with the packaging. And the packaging is as faithful a recreation of the original as Jordan Brand could have made. So on top, we have this brown color with the Jumpman logo on the original. We had a Nike logo. On the side, we have Jordan and some orange. Black on the bottom. Some Jumpman logos. On the back, it says quality inspired by the greatest player ever. Licensing on the bottom, as you'd expect, and then our label on this side. So official name of these is Air Jordan 12 Retro. Official colors, black, varsity red, and white. Far as sizing goes, I find Air Jordan 12s run true to size. I got an 8.5 here. That's the same size I wear in Jordan 1s, Air Maxes, and I like the fit. Women's sizing, size conversion is 1.5 sizes up in Jordans as well as in Nikes. They follow the same size chart, so this 8.5 in men's would be a size 10 in women's. Style code CT8013006. That about does it for the label. Now let's take a look at the shoes. So this box just pops open like this. We have some brown paper on the inside, but here are the shoes. And these are very nice. At first glance, already the quality looks very nice, but let's get both pairs out and take a closer look. Alright, so now we got them out the box. Let's take a closer look at these Air Jordan 12s in the playoff colorway. And I'm really glad I was able to get my pair early. For those of you wondering, I got these early off of a Nordstrom drop. And, you know, anytime there is an OG colorway like this that releases, there's always that extra bit of enthusiasm from really diehard Michael Jordan fans that try to get a pair of these, because this was a pair that he actually wore on the court, specifically and even more importantly in the finals. But back to the review, let's take a closer look at these, starting with the upper. And the majority of your upper is in this very tumbled, smooth black leather. And if we can see here, it is a very soft, tumbled leather. The quality is decent. It is semi-gloss, as you can see here, but I feel as though they went a little bit overboard on the tumbling. Here's a look at that toe box. The leather is very soft. And then we have this white piece here on the side, what I'm calling our mud guard. And it has this very interesting texture, which I like to call sort of like the texture on a basketball. And the leather here is much smoother, and that print is very light. I don't remember if older pairs had a more pronounced texture printed on it or not. It's very faint. You can barely tell in hand that these are printed with that texture. But we see a better look at that texture on our Phylon midsole here in this white color. We have Jumpman on this silver TPU piece, and then a similar look on the medial side here. So more of that very tumbled, smooth black leather, silver TPU piece, and then another piece of white leather here with that texture printed in there. Eyelets on both sides. They look like metal, but they're not. This is just plastic, but they're coated or finished in this sort of gunmetal finish, and they look pretty good. Little baby Jumpman logos in there. These come stock with thin black rope laces, nothing on the aglets, and then our tongue is in leather, but the side here is in a fabric material. Jumpman embroidery up top in red, then 2-3 down the tongue here. Nicely padded tongue. The interior lining is all in this black color. On the underside of our tongue, it's all fabric. We have our tag in there. We have a red Jumpman inside. And something interesting about these, the insole that you get is actually a polyurethane insole. So very springy, very nice. Over time, these will mold to your feet. Yeah, this thing is awesome. I really want to see these in more retros. And that about does it for the upper. Now taking a look at the midsole outsole. So our midsole is in this Phylon foam. We have some in white here on the forefoot, and then a little bit more here in black. Same idea on the medial side, a little bit of that white foam around the forefoot popping up with that texture on it, and then we have our sort of block of fine line foam here on the heel as well. Of course, we have our Zoom Air units in the heel as well as in the forefoot. And then finally, we have our outsole. So here it is, Jumpman logo on the toe. The majority of it is in white, but then we have these two pods of herringbone traction in black, little baby 23 in red here, and then of course we have our 23 on the heel in red as well. Almost forgot, we have our pull tab here, Jordan quality inspired by the greatest player ever, and a Jumpman logo up top. So overall, I'm actually really happy with how these came out. I think the last Jordan 12 that I caught was the Master. It was like the all black Jordan 12s, and the quality of those was not good at all. The leather was much stiffer than what we get here. So in comparison, I'd say that the quality of these are very nice. The quality itself, coupled with the fact that this is an OG colorway, makes these a must cop for me. With the supply shortage and everything, release dates keep getting pushed back. So I think the last date that I saw for these was going to be March 12th, or sometime in mid-March will be the wider release. Again, I expect Nike to release a large quantity of these, but being an OG colorway and being a Jordan 12, which doesn't get many releases, I'm going to be joining as many raffles as I can, and hopefully I'll be able to double up. But that's all I have to say about these. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video.